type I can hear you. Okay, welcome to today's broadcast. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and today I want to talk about the law of attraction. The law of attraction, a powerful law that changed my life forever. I am forever grateful I came in contact with this law, I understood this law, and I leverage on this law. And if you can do the same, it's going to change your life forever. So I want you to stay in with me for the next 30 minutes or so. I want to invite people, share, and get everybody in here, because this is a powerful secret that turned my life around. The law of attraction, how to attract wealth into your life. I want to start by helping us understand that the problem isn't that we can't make money. The problem is not that we cannot become extremely successful. The problem is that there is a law that works in many of us' life and all of us' life, and that law is called the law of attraction. And so if you are seeing negativity all the time, unconsciously, it's something you may not be conscious of, but you've been attracting negativity. We all been doing this attracting negative friends, attracting negative situations, we're attracting negative people, we're attracting negative circumstances. And it's because, number one, you attract what you think. Everybody write it down. Number one, you attract what you think. Number two, you attract what you say. Number three, you attract more of what you surround yourself with. Let me start again. Number one, you attract what you think. Okay? If you can hear me, type I can hear you. If you can hear me, type I can hear you. And guys, please kindly type what I'm saying so it helps me to know you're listening and you're there. Number one, you attract what you think. Okay? Number two, you attract what you say. Number three, you attract more of what you surround yourself with. The law of attraction. So, the reason why a lot of people constantly, see evil all the time, again and again, is because they are thinking evil, right? So they are attracting it. The reason why a lot of people constantly experience poverty again and again, they talk poverty. Whenever they say anything, I can't afford it. How do you expect me to afford it? Now, you're already speaking negative. You're already speaking poverty, right? But guess what? People who understand law of attraction, when big amount of money is thrown at them, you know what they say? Rather than say, oh, I can't afford it, how do you expect it? They say, oh, why not? Give me some time. Can we do this in 3 months' time? Can we do this transaction in 6 months' time? Can we do this transaction in 1 year's time? That is how people who obey the law of attraction in a positive way, in a way that is going to help them become successful. But those who are violating the law of attraction and are seeing evil, bad things all the time, will just tell you, I don't have it. I am sick. I can't be wealthy. I can't be rich. I'll give you an example. Law of attraction. How many of you have noticed that a lot of those who enjoy longevity are people who constantly plan in their old age? If you've noticed, type I've noticed. If you didn't notice, type I've not noticed. I'm talking about people in their 80. They are given a new plan. And it's even scriptural. The Bible talks about Caleb. Caleb was 80. And at 80, Caleb was writing down the blueprint of how he was going to conquer more territories and how he was going to do more. And that's part of why Caleb lived longer. And he said he was very strong. And the same thing, I have an adopted mother. She's 85. She's going to be 85 in December. She lives in London, right? Now, worked with her, we author a book. And she's telling me she wants another book. The last time we talked, she said she wants to become a motivational speaker. She wants to do public speaking. So I organized a photo shoot for her so that she can have a good picture that makes sense. And I'm going to be working with her to do a profile, a profile for her. And she's going to push that out. She wants to be speaking. Now she's 85 and she's already still having plans. The last time I was with President Obasanjo, right, in his house, he was at that time also 86 or something, and he was telling me, we have this project, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do that. So sometimes people wonder why these people live longer. They speak law of attraction. They speak longevity by planning long term, by seeing themselves in their older self. They still plan that, by 100 I'm going to be working on this project. By 110 I'll be working on this project. By 120 this is the project I'm going to be working on. Are we learning, guys? If we're learning type, I'm learning. Law of attraction is what we're looking at. Now I want to narrow down this conversation to how do you practice law of attraction for wealth? Who is interested? How do you practice law of attraction for wealth? Now, I've spoken generally about how you can use law of attraction for different aspects of your life, for your health, for longevity, for different things. But you can also use law of attraction for becoming wealthy. And that's what I did. And I'll give you practical stories of my life and how I use law of attraction to build wealth. Who is interested? Who is ready? Come on, I need your energy and excitement. Who is ready? Who is ready? Who is ready? Okay? If you're ready, type I'm ready. Let's go. And I want you to invite more people, guys, okay? Let's get more people to join this conversation. Now, when I started law of attraction in my university days, I was an undergrad, and of course I was from a very humble background. You all know my story. Many of those days I had not even paid my tuition fee, and I was talking millions. In fact, one day, and at some point I passed on campus, one day I was speaking, okay, and on campus I had I had practically 2 pair of shoes. I had only one suit that was faded. It has faded before. One of my mentees or junior in the university wanted to throw it away. And I said, look, I don't even have a suit. And I would love if you can give me this. And that was my first suit in my life. And yet, I looked at the same people, including the one that gave me the suit. I said, look at me. Look at me very well. I'm going to be very, very rich. I'm going to be very, very rich. I said, look at me again. I will not need to work for anyone when I graduate. I am going to be exceptionally successful. And I want to talk about the first law of wealth. You must speak about wealth before you ever touch it. Everyone who has become exceptionally financially free spoke about it before they saw it. Right? That's why sometimes when you go for meetings, when they are talking about wealthy people, you hear stories like, oh, when we were in school, he used to talk so big, he's so ambitious, we used to laugh at him, we never knew it was going to come to pass. Right? So the first law of attraction you must obey is the law of speaking the future you want to see before you ever say it. Speak the future. Whatever is too big for your mouth will be too big for your hand to handle. I know the fear you have. Wouldn't people say you're arrogant? Wouldn't people call you a liar? Wouldn't people say bad things about you behind the back? Wouldn't people even call you audio money? Right? Audio money, don't be so. Well, let me tell you this. The beauty about obeying this particular law of attraction is that if you obey it, it will do multiple things. Not only will you eventually attract what you have said, you also know who are your true friends. Oh, who can you comprehend? Do you flow? Right? If you flow, type I flow, I flow. Not only will you attract that glorious future you desire, you will also be able to discover your true friends. Because in the course of that journey, you will discover those who really don't care about you. You discover those who are jealous of you. You discover those who will mock you, right? And some people, how many of you notice that some people are your friend as long as you are not successful? Can anybody relate to what I'm talking about? Some people are comfortable being your friend as long as you are not more successful than they are. Some people are comfortable being your friend as long as you talk poverty. As long as you don't talk too big. Right? As long as you don't talk too big, they are your friend. How many of you have heard my mentor, Dr. Cosmos Baduka, share how he even opened the door for his own mother to come down? Because he was telling the mother, I'm going to be millionaire by the age of 25 or something, or 22. Right? I can't remember the exact age, whether I was 20 or 22. He told his mother, I'm going to be a millionaire. And the mother said, hey, Cosmos, it's enough, it's enough. Right? All this you're bragging and talking so big. And he told the mom, if you're not comfortable, you can get out of my car. But this is what I'm going to become. Right? And he looked at her again and repeated what he was going to become. The law of attraction. Now, today, is Cosmos Baduka not a millionaire? Come on, talk to me. Is he not a millionaire? In fact, he's a billionaire in dollars today. Are we learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning, I'm learning. So, if you're going to practice this law, I'm warning you because it has the consequences. The consequences of the law of attraction is that some people will be angry with you because they feel you're talking too big. Another person who practices this law is a new person I got to know recently. He's into oil and gas. And I was in his house and he said to me, one day a family member said to him, Patrick, you will soon steal. Because he was telling them about his dream that he was going to be, bringing vessel of oil into Nigeria. These are people struggling financially, right? He's from a very humble home, and he was talking about vessel. Nobody has ever seen vessel in their entire family, right? And he said a family member looked at him and said, Patrick, you will soon start stealing with this your big mouth, with this your, the way you talk. We're from a conservative family. We are not rich people. And then you talk all this, you will do this, you will do this, you will do this. Hey, you will soon start stealing, young man. But today, I asked the same man. I said, how many vessels have you brought to Nigeria? Oil vessel. He said he cannot even recall. He's done hundreds. A particular year, as far back as 10 years ago, he was doing over $20 billion in importing refined petroleum, bringing them with different vessels. He said it, it happened. So number one, law of attraction. If you want to indeed become financially wealthy, is you must speak big. When everybody type, I will speak big. Some of you now, if I tell you call $1 billion, you are scared. You say, Dr. Steve, must I call it? That amount is too big. If I tell some of you, call $10 billion, you say, hey, you're scared to call big amount of money. You're scared to see yourself. You are scared to say it. And whatsoever is too big for your mouth will be too big for your hand to handle. Come on. So you need to start speaking big. Speak about the future that is to come. Speak about where you're going. Don't speak about where you are now. Speak about where you're going. I have always done this. Okay? If you check my bio says we will be controlling $40 billion worth of real estate by the year 2035. Okay? That is it. I've said it. You can come and flog me. You can mock me. You can be angry about it. Okay? That's your business. And guess the beautiful part about speaking big. When it eventually come to pass, everybody will call you a prophet. And everybody will say, we know him. He has always said it. He has always said it. He has always said it. He has always said he was going to be rich. He has always said he was going to be big. Wow, we mocked him. We didn't believe it, but it has come to pass. So many of you are looking for prophets all over the world. You're already a prophet over your life. Just start speaking where you're going. Stop speaking where you are. Speak about where you're going. Speak where you're going. Everybody say, I want you to put your hand on your chest. And you can also type it right now. I, Stephen Akintayo, make a vow today. I will stop speaking about where I am. I will speak about where I'm going. I will speak about my glorious future. I will speak about my prosperous future. I will speak about the greatness that is on my inside. I will speak about where I am going. The same way, no one gets to an event before they dress for the event. Before you go anywhere, you dress for where you're going. None of you dress for where you are. You're always dressing for where you're going. It's the same way you must speak for where you're going. If you ever, how many of you have ever done this? You decided to go for a party naked. When you now got to the venue of the party naked, you now started dressing up. Have you ever done that before? If you have, type I have. If you have never done it before, type I have never done such before. Again, have you ever intended to go for a party and you went there naked? Okay? You are going for a party and you went there naked. When you got to the venue of the party, you now started dressing up for the party. Okay? No one of you has ever done that, huh? Thank God. We have sane people in this. Everybody watching me today is mentally okay. Thank God for that. In the same way in your life, okay, you must speak about where you're going and where not where you are. Speak into where you're going. Why are you scared of speaking about your future? You are not scared of dressing nice, gorgeously in your house, even though that's not where you're going, and then you dress so well at home, and then you drive to where you're going. The same way, speak about the future from here. I know you are not that rich. I know you are feeling sick. I know you're having marital challenges, but speak about your glorious future. There's nothing I have today in my life that I didn't speak about. I spoke about having a peaceful marriage, and I have one today. I spoke about becoming successful at a young age. I am today, and I've just started that journey. So start speaking it. Number 2, which is very important when it comes to the subject of wealth, law of attraction. Don't forget, that's what we're discussing. Those of you just joining us, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. We're looking at law of attraction, and we're focusing on how to use law of attraction to build wealth, and sharing my own story, how I've done it. Number 2, intentionally start moving with rich people, right? And richness or wealth is in degrees, right? Today, maybe you live in the US and you are worth $50,000, but you want to be worth $1 million. What does that simply mean by what I've just said now? Start looking for friends who are millionaires. And I promise you, it's a matter of time, you also be a millionaire like them. The problem is this, and I've seen a lot of people wanting to be rich. And the biggest mistake they've made is that all their friends are poor. You want to be rich, but you are moving with poor people. That's not how wealth works. You are average of the 5 closest people to you. Average of the 5 closest people to you. So you must master the art of looking at your life and say, where am I going? Who are those who are there? Can I become their friends? As you become their friends, you start learning how they talk, how they think, right? What they say, how they make money, the mindset they have when it comes to money, their relationship with money. And all this you can start replicating as you move with them. Let me share my story with you, and this will excite all of you. This was 2008. I decided to do something called a picture board. Everybody type picture board, and that will be my first assignment to you all. Picture board. And my picture board had so many things. Number one, and yours should have the same. It had pictures of what I was going to own in the future. It had picture of the companies I was going to own and their names. It has picture of the houses I was going to own in the future. It has details of the companies, the various industries I was going to have businesses in the future. And I did a picture board, and I had it in my room. But I did another second thing on my picture board, and you should do the same. It's part of the assignment. Assignment number 1, have a picture board and post your future, what you want to see into your future, your type of house, your type of car, the companies you want to own and all that. But number 2 on that picture board, also post on your picture board a check written to you about the kind of money you want to make in the next 12 months. So 2008, I wasn't a millionaire, and I wanted to be a millionaire. So I got my checkbook and I wrote myself a check of $1 million. I had 2 companies then. On another company, I wrote another check, I think it was 1.2 million naira, to myself. Okay, that in 12 months from that time, I was going to be in control of that kind of money. Are we learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. And yes, I did it. Okay, I did it. And guess what? I then made up my mind as I'm in number 3, that since I now want to be a millionaire, I want to start moving with millionaires. So that year, 2008, I said, anybody I will walk up to be my friend must be a millionaire. Now, of course, a lot of people will walk up to me that they want to be my friend, and they may not be a millionaire. That's not a problem. But the people Stephen Akita, will walk up to and say, please, I want to be your friend, must be millionaires. And I did it. I started surrounding myself with millionaires that year. Well, let's just say by 2009, I touched my first million. Are we learning, guys? For learning type, I'm learning. Okay? And the rest is history. So it's important, and the same thing I did. 2016, I think so, was when I said, okay, I'm tired of today our company will do 200 million, we do 300 million, we do this. I want to start doing billions in naira in transaction, right? And that year, same thing. I went for conferences where billionaires in dollars were talking. Yes, I want to be a billionaire in naira, but I even went further to listen to those who are already billionaires in dollars. And when they started speaking, and I started connecting with friends who I knew their companies were doing turnovers in billions. Well, let's just say that was when I also started touching billions. Are you excited you're here? So the second thing you want to do when it comes to law of attraction and as it relates to wealth creation is to change your network to a wealthy one. Because you're ultimately a sum total of the network that you keep. You're a sum total, let me say it again, you're a sum total of the network that you keep. Let me tell you this powerful statement. I want everybody to type it here. Poor people go to work. Rich people build network. Everybody write it. Poor people go to work. Rich people build network. Now, this is not to say you should not go to your job or you should not get a job. That's not what we're saying here. What we're saying is that rich people intentionally, okay, are trying to network, are looking for other rich people to connect with, are looking for other rich people to do business with. While poor people just go to work for going to work's sake, just so that everybody know they went to work, right? Where are you? I went to work. But rich people are saying, no, I'm going to the golf course. I will meet some rich people there. I'm going to this conference, right? The conference is expensive. So anybody who can also afford to pay for that kind of conference is also a rich person. So I'm going so I can connect with those rich people. And it's been a major game changer. I just finished a conference here in the US 3 or 4 weeks ago, right? I paid $20,000. You know why? I knew that anybody else who also paid $20,000 like I'm paying is the kind of person I need in my network. Are we learning here? Else, today I have a real estate deal, okay? I'm trying to raise $120 million on one of my deals. Another of my deals, I'm trying to raise $50 million, right? Though what I'm to raise is less than that. So on one deal, I'm raising 45 and I'm getting investment for the remaining 70%. On the second deal, I'm raising 15 million and I'm getting funding for the remaining 35 million. But guess what? Here's the lesson. If all the people around my life are poor, how will I raise the 45 million for the first deal? How will I raise the 15 million for the second deal? Do you see? So ultimately, the problem isn't lack of opportunity. The problem is the preparation and the readiness when the opportunity comes. The problem is, do you even have people, friends, who will make the dream come true? Okay? You have somebody give you a big deal, a big contract, right? But you don't even have friends who could finance the contract. Do you see how you lose the contract? At the end of the day, the contract is lost. And who do you want to blame for losing such a contract that could have made you very, very wealthy? Right? You want to blame yourself for not being intentional in making rich friends all this while. So that it's easy to just call one of your rich partners and say, hey, I got this big transaction. Can we do it together? Again, are we learning? If we're learning type, I'm learning. Now, quickly so that I can wrap up. How do you attract wealthy people? How do you attract wealthy people? The reason why a lot of people haven't attract wealthy people is that to attract wealthy people, the rule is crazy. It's not even how you think it should be. That is the way it is. So for example, in the concept of becoming rich, for you to be rich, you have to give. Do you see that it's crazy? Because if most people think for them to be rich means they need to keep taking and not giving. But in reality, anybody who understands how wealth works will tell you for you to become wealthy, you have to give. The same way, for you to attract rich friends, you have to give to rich friends. You cannot afford to want rich friends and just be a taker, right? So you meet a rich guy And then the first thing you are talking to him is what you can get from him. Why should such person want to remain your friend? Answer me, guys. Why will I want to be your friend? I see a lot of people do that to me. Dr. Steven, I need you to coach me. And I said, why not? And I said, call my office. They will give you the various coaching program we have. And the next thing I hear is, can't you coach me for free? And I'm like, I don't get it. I have over 2 million people who follow me across all my social media platforms. And most of them are also begging me for one thing or the other. Almost every day I get more than 20, 50 requests. Everybody wants something from me. What makes you different? Why should I take you serious? Why should I be willing to make you my friend? Why? Why should I give you the time? Why should I give you attention? You have to do what others aren't doing. You have to be different from others for me to say, hey, that's a different guy. That's the kind of person I also need to. There must be a value you're also adding to me for me to want to be your friend. There must be a value. So I'll give you a practical example. I have friends who are my friend because they are not famous. I'm famous. And so oftentimes they want to invite me to their businesses because they know by the time I post about the businesses they do, everybody will hear more about it. So I'm able to give them free visibility, right? In exchange, they are willing to be with me. I have friends who are oftentimes busy and they have so much negative people around them as well. And when we're together, there's so much positive conversation that they just enjoy those sessions and they want to be with me. There must be something you bring to the table, ladies and gentlemen. I have people, for example, in my life who just are able to say, hey, Dr. Steven, you're in my city, I'm your chauffeur. Anywhere you're going. And naturally, hey, the problem isn't that I can't afford a chauffeur, but it costs me nothing to have a chauffeur that I know, that in the course of the movement we know each other and we can have beautiful conversations together. So you see how value comes in. If you want to attract rich friends, then be willing to offer them something they don't have. And so assignment number 3 or number 4. Think of that thing that is unique to you. Think of that thing that you are good at, that you can offer these rich friends you want to start going to. Are we learning here? So that when you start the relationship, you don't even go as though, oh, I want you to be my friend. No. You just go straight with, hey, sir, you've added so much value to me. You are somebody that your impact is so great, and it will be a honor to just be rendering this service for you on a regular basis. I'll give an example. Let's say you're a photographer and you're exceptionally good at photography. Imagine going to meet a photographer, and offer the photographer the opportunity to just be taking pictures for them. The rich person you want to be friends with. I say, I'm going to come, I'll be taking pictures for you on a regular basis. When you go for events, I'll cover the event and I'll send you the pictures. Don't pay me anything, right? How many of you agree with me that naturally you now have access to them? True or false? Come on, talk to me. True or false? Do you not have access to them? True or false? So by just offering that unique service to these rich people, you don't have access to them. And it's one of the biggest secrets that I use. I will never meet a rich person and then my conversation is, oh, give me something. No, I'm like, can I offer you this service? I can do this for you. I can provide this service for you. And some of them, when I'm done, they say, let me pay you. I say, no, sir. It's a privilege to just do it, sir. And now they are the ones that owe me. Come on, does this make sense? Now they are the ones that want to do me a favor. Now they are the ones that are like, this guy didn't charge me, but I must do something for him. Now, if I say I want to meet you, sir, I have a conversation, I need your counsel on something, they will gladly do that. Another way is to patronize them, right? If people are your mentors or people you know and you want to get closer to, patronize them. It doesn't make sense for you to call somebody your mentor. You've never done business with them. You've never brought anything to them. Yet you want to demand attention. You want meetings. You want sessions. I mean, it's a different thing if everybody know that, oh, this guy or this girl, okay, is one of our best this or has done this with us. I know people who had to patronize our company to get my attention, right? That it was the account manager that told me, I said, sir, we have this client, she's done so much business with us, and she just wants an opportunity to get to meet you. I'll be like, why not? You've done business with me to a very good degree. Why will I not want to at least give some attention to my customer? So sometimes you want to look for, how do I patronize these people? Or sometimes, how do I refer people to do business with them? Right? But either way, bring value to the table. Everybody say value to the table. Come on. Everybody say value to the table. Everybody type value, value, value. Bring value to the table. You can type bring value to the table. Okay? Number 2, how do you attract rich people or rich friends or rich network? Okay, how do you attract rich network? Number 2, be a deep thinker. Okay? Or invest in knowledge in multiple areas. Invest in knowledge in multiple areas. Be a deep person. So let's assume you are meeting someone and they even allow you to say, okay, let's go play golf. And while you are playing golf, what would be the conversation? What if they like politics? Do you know about politics? What if they like finance? Do you know about finance? Okay. What if they love agriculture? Do you know about agriculture? What if they love antique? Right? History. Do you know about history? So it's important to invest in knowledge of multiple areas so that it becomes a subject of conversation. It becomes something we can talk, something we enjoy. Even if it means we're arguing about it, but we're all learning, right? And it's fun. Rather than just not being together and then the whole thing is so boring. There's nothing to talk. You are not vast. You are not witty. Okay? And I've seen experiences like that. People are just so shallow. There's nothing witty. And it just makes the conversation so boring. Okay? So avoid that situation. So invest in understanding a lot. Even if there are areas that are boring to you. But begin to invest in it. So that it just helps in conversation. It helps in striking conversation. You can even research about those individuals before even meeting them, right? Do some research about who they are, what they love, and just remind them you wrote this article, or you did this, or you granted this interview. I love this thing about this. Have conversation with these wealthy people you want to begin to connect with in a way that is like you are one of them. Does that make sense? I remember sharing with one of my friends, who came to me and he's a pastor, and he said, hey, I really want to work on my finances. And I said to him, if you really want to work on your finances as a pastor, you need to start understanding how to help your members build great businesses. And I said, because you cannot attract members into your church when the only thing you know is prayer, fasting, and speaking in tongues. The day they're having financial issues, you cannot give them some ideas on financial re-engineering. You cannot give them ideas on funding, right? The day they're having legal issues, you cannot give them a guidance on how to solve that legal issue. If you can't work on yourself as a pastor, I said now your church members will be poor people, right? And they will not know how to move themselves from that poor state to a wealthy state, because you are never talking about what can help them move to the next level. I said, so you as the pastor have to start learning about how to grow businesses, ideas and concepts. Because what then happens, you will start attracting such people. And as you attract rich members, naturally, they will sow into your life. Your ministry become a rich ministry, and you yourself become a rich pastor. It's as simple as that. That's how Bishop Oyedepo did it. That's how Pastor Poju did it. Pastor Poju's church, Covenant Christian Center, is like the headquarters of Nigerian Silicon Valley, Yaba. Incidentally, that was where his church started. But when he started platform, I started organizing a lot of this tech. We would bring guys from Facebook, from Silicon Valley, US, to come and teach on tech. He never knew that he was indirectly, even though he was a pastor, influencing the creation of a Nigerian Silicon Valley, right? And today, all those tech engineers, where do they pay their tithe and offering? Okay? Which church do they attend? So you must understand that you will attract your kind. Okay? You attract your kind, you attract your type, and if what you want to then do is just be that kind of person you are trying to attract, so that it becomes easy for the person to want to be around you. Be the same thing I say to young people who want to get married. Why not be a marriable person? Why not be who you are looking for? You say, I want a great guy. Why not be a great woman? Right? I want a great woman. Why not be a great guy? And I've said it with all sense of humility. I'm a great guy. Okay? I'm the kind of person you want to have as a friend. Because if Steve Nakita is your friend, I got you. I promise you, I'm a loyal friend, right? I'm a good friend, and I'm a friend that stick with my own. I'm there for my people, and you need to be the same to attract the same. It's as simple as that. So bottom line of all of this, in this part one, I'll come tomorrow and do part two. If you're serious about really attracting wealthy people, remember we're talking about law of attraction and becoming wealthy and attracting wealthy people, right? Mentally, even if you don't have it in your pocket, become wealthy in your mind. Okay? Become wealthy in your mind. Talk wealth, think wealth. When they see you, you feel no get money for hand. But talk like somebody who is in control of real wealth. That's why I want to be your friend. And it doesn't matter, even if I know you don't yet have that money. I know it's a matter of time you also command it. You know why? Because you will have reminded me of me when I also started this law. But when you and I sit together and I'm talking about possibilities, and the only thing you are telling me is how it cannot work, how it is poverty, how things are difficult, how nothing can work, how everything, I don't want such people around me. I want people who can see a glorious future. I hope you've learned something, guys. Come on. Are you happy about today's session? If you're happy about today's session, type I'm happy. Okay? So we've talked about law of attraction, how to use it to become wealthy. Okay? So beautiful. I'm here in the US. We have a couple of meet and greets. You may want to join me for that. Tomorrow I'm leaving for Omaha, Nebraska for Dr. Press' birthday. So if you're in Omaha, you can send me a DM. Maybe we'll connect before I leave Omaha. Next, I'm going to Houston. We're doing the launch of our project, our new project in Houston, Jasper Estate, Richmond. And that will be on Saturday, 11th of May. Very early in the morning, 11 a.m. You don't want to miss it. If you're in Houston, if you want to come down, it's a major project. It's going to be about $50 million is the projection. About 60 single family home we're going to be building. So come for the launch of it. And you can invest as well, and get good returns every year. We are not yet selling the houses, but you can invest. I'm raising $15 million for that particular project, and you can invest, and we share the profit I will make from that project with you. Do you think that's a cool one, right? I don't know if you want to share profit with me. If you want to type me, right? So what I do is called debt syndication, where you can come in and invest, and then you get regular returns. Every 18 months, you're getting a portion sent to your account. You're getting a check from me, right? I'm sending you a check, ladies and gentlemen. How cool is that, right? The Odogo of real estate sending you a check. So you can send a DM if you're interested in that. Also from Houston, I'll be doing a meet and greet on Sunday, 12th of May in New York. Kind of New Jersey, but New York part of New Jersey, right? Because it's just a harbor. So in New York, we're going to be meeting together and connecting together. If you're in New York, New Jersey area, you can come for that. Send a DM if you want to learn more how to connect. Then if you're in Amsterdam, Netherlands, my first time coming to Amsterdam, is we're doing a meet and greet on Tuesday the 14th of May in Amsterdam. Again, like I said, my meet and greet were barely 10 people, 15 people, just getting to meet me. We talk, we get to ask questions, and get to know better things we're doing, how you can be part of it, and that's it, okay? So I don't know if you're excited about all the good things God is helping us to do all across the world. And by the way, we're just focusing this year in America. Next year, Canada. We're coming, expanding our real estate empire to Canada next year, starting from next year by the grace of God. So it's a global business we're building, $40 billion real estate empire by the year 2035. So Vision 2035, let's go. But the beauty about visions like this, is that as we go that journey, we're also making other people rich. And that's the good thing about this, right? We're also making other people rich along that journey. So it's a journey where a lot of people believe in the journey, believe in the story, are part of the story. We're all building wealth together. Feel free to send a DM to this Instagram for any question, any inquiry. Somebody said, when are you coming to Nigeria? Are you kidding me? I left Nigeria 2 days ago. Where were you? You see, you people now, when I leave Nigeria, Nigerians begin to say, when I come to Nigeria? When I get to Nigeria, those in US, and I say, when I come to US, please, get out of here. Okay? I was in Nigeria, I did events in Lagos, I did events in Abuja. So why didn't you attend? Now I'm in the US. It's the time of people in the US. Now you are jealous. Okay, when I come to Nigeria, okay, it's just like people in Dubai. I was in Dubai for like 3 years. Okay, and I've done events, done a lot of stuff in Nigeria. Only for me to say when I come to Dubai, like for 3 years in Dubai, you never showed up. It's now you asking me when am I coming to Dubai. Get out of here, okay? So, love you all. Send a DM if you have any inquiries. See you in the US tour and all that we're doing across the US. I love you. Bye-bye.